because we already have the Crops Act, and we have many other crops in this country, tea and dairy and horticulture, we think that the regulations way is the best. That under the Crops Act, under the legal framework that we already have, we pass regulations for each of these other products. And coffee is the first to go. Once we have the regulations on coffee, then the other sectors can learn from what coffee will have done. Then we can have the regulations on tea, regulations on other things as well. But the first in the queue, the first in the line, the one that Parliament is waiting for most is actually the regulations around the coffee sector. We are also very happy with the Budget Committee in Parliament, and we will be knocking the doors of Budget Committee many times because the sector does need funding. The Exchequer in Kenya needs to put in some investment into the coffee sector, and the task force already had a budget for it. When we approached the Budget Committee, we started with the fertilizer funding, of course, with many other things that still need to be funded. The factories and the societies and the many places where we process our coffee need some upgrading. And I speak as somebody who takes coffee to Gura Coffee Factory. It does need upgrading. Our Udaya society does need a warehouse so that they can process more. So there is really a case to be made for investment by the Exchequer in the coffee industry. But even as we wait for that heavy investment, the Budget Committee has allowed the funding available to Kenya for fertilizer, which was in total 4.3 billion shillings, has allowed coffee farmers to have ring-fenced up to the extent of 1 billion shillings of money that will go to fertilizer and inputs for the coffee farmers.
One of the main objectives of our organization is to serve as a forum for exchange of ideas, exchange of experiences in coffee all over the world. So we will have a whole week dedicated to these issues, and in particular I would emphasize we will have one day dedicated to a seminar on coffee sustainability, and we know that coffee faces a number of challenges in social sustainability. We have the question of the empowerment of women. We have the question of the intergenerational transfer, how to attract young people to coffee production. In the environmental sustainability, we have the pressing issue of climate change. Our organization has adopted as a basis of our work having one overarching theme every year, and next year, which will be the time of the meeting, the theme will be climate change, so that we will have a robust discussion around that theme.
Unlike other countries like Ethiopia, which consume half of their coffee, we export almost like over 90% of our coffee. So our consumption is very low. And that is what's making us very, very vulnerable on the capricious movement of international prices. So if you're going to change that, it is very, very important to tie that with the youth agenda, making sure the future generation are starting consuming their coffee. The other thing proposal that we have proposed is to give the youth or try to assist them either to join the value chain, as they can also be traders, the farmers, or they can start the coffee shops. What I've actually been missing is that most of the coffee shops that have been started are foreign owned, and the national government and the county government, we haven't proposed for them to support the youth, maybe on a pilot basis, to start this small, even like small kiosk, which is not very, very expensive.